Okay, guys. Here's the thing. You want to know the thing? I'll give you the thing right here. Here it is. Done. So we're going to be talking about borrowing players. I just came in off my yacht. Thank you. Okay, borrowing players in fantasy football. I'm going to lay it out for you. I'm going to lay it right out for you. Um, it's legal in my league. Should be legal in all leagues. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. I'll tell you why. It must be even, the trade. Just like a standard trade, a borrow trade as I like to call it, must be even and mutually beneficial. If it's like that, that's all that matters. Now you can go into a bunch of different details. That's the main point. So let's take a step back. Let's talk about collusion, okay? Let's do a little about that. That's what people say it is. False. So one of the part of collusion limits open competition. Not true in this case. Everyone has the opportunity to do it, equal opportunity to do it, and should. And there's another part of collusion is it's secretive. This is not secretive. Everyone can see what's happening on the league board, and everyone can partake in that as well. Partake in the fun, if you will. And then so let's say this. Let's do this right here. Let's give a real world example, okay? So what are we doing? We got two businesses. Okay. They say they own, most of the market share for some industry, whatever it be. They decide to collude and hike up their prices. They win, everyone else loses, basically. But in fantasy football, that's not true. Just because two teams do this borrow trade, that doesn't guarantee anything. That doesn't guarantee them a win. That doesn't guarantee them a certain amount of points. It's just another strategy like any other strategy in fantasy football. You can choose not to use it, just like you can choose not to use the waiver wire, and a lot of people don't. And that's your prerogative, but that doesn't limit other people from using the waiver wire, so it's the same thing. Just because you may not use the borrow trade, that doesn't mean other people shouldn't if they want to use it. Like I said, if it's an even and mutually beneficial trade. Me personally, I feel like it's not for every week. Much like a standard trade, borrow trade, you use it here and there. You're not going to always use it. I think it works best for quarterbacks. And that being said, you can use it every week if you want to, and you can have somebody agree, just like a standard trade. Somebody agrees to it, then it's done. I think it's best for QBs. Like your quarterbacks on bye, you see somebody else, they got a stud guy, they got another backup that's never gonna play, obviously. He's just sitting there. Why not? So what I see it as is it's a bench to bench kind of trade. You're trading someone from your bench for someone from their bench, and you know what? I think it works. I think it works just dandy. To be honest, I never had heard of borrow trade, even though I've been playing and have my own league for 10 years now. I'd never heard of it till this year when I just thought of it because my friend had, Tony Romo on the bench, and I was like, well, he's not going to use him. He's got, Aaron Rodgers in front, and he's just being wasted there. So why not? I'm in a bye-week crunch, no great free agents. Let's take him. And so I sat there and I had to think, okay, is there something inherently wrong with this? Is this weird or shady? And I was like, no. Could not come up with any reason. As long as those, certain things were met, and that goes for any other thing in fantasy football. And then I looked it up and saw people's reasonings, and I still thought the same. I don't see anything wrong with it. So yeah. And one last thing, a lot of people say, oh, let's not do it. It's unorthodox, it's non-traditional. You know what? We're forward thinkers here in Northside Ivy. And in the fantasy football world, I'd like to think so. So we don't just do things the way they've been done just because that's the way they've been done. Sometimes, they've been done this way. Well, maybe we should leave it at having been done that long maybe that's enough time. So we are forward thinking. When it was started in the 60s, fantasy football was a pure scoring league. They only got points for touchdowns and field goals. Okay, now, for different reasons, internet being one, we track so many stats, and there's so many different ways to play fantasy football. Single day, auction, all this stuff, etc. Fantasy football evolves. This is just another strategy that has evolved into the game. Nothing wrong with it. Just another way to play. And when used properly and policed by the commissioner. So here's what I'm going to say to the critics of it. Cry me a river, build a bridge, and get over it. Evolve with the game. Peace out, suckers.